Hello YouTube. Some reason I always do this video after the assault bike, the ass bike. It is not the day to be an assault bike, not in a gym, or not out of a gym, I should say, because it is hot. For those of you in the UK will know we're supposed to hit a high of potentially 34 degrees in some places, so it is hot today. So always got to take that into account with training. Additional hydration, of course, but also note the fact that sometimes things do not go as well on a hot day. Sometimes you gas out quicker, whatever it might be. So don't panic on a hot day. Just keep drinking, get that water in, get that hydration stuff in, whatever it is you do, intra workouts, etc. And then just go for what you can. You know, I remember my last prep, which obviously, unfortunately, I didn't get to do the comp, but the comp day was actually going to be 31 or 2 degrees. There were days where I had to train in sunshine because, unfortunately, my gym membership's commercial. They don't have any strongman equipment. We have asked because there's a few strongman there, but strong women as well. But it's very much a high rocks type gym, so I have my own equipment, as we know. But of course, at home there's no aircon. Now this garage, luckily, is quite good because it's cooler over here, but still, it's not as cold as obviously being in aircon. So, of course, I have to manage best we can. But in my last prep, I could lose 1 to 2 reps on floor to overhead. This was like, it's less so on some other stuff, but floor to overhead, for example, I was doing 90 kilos. 90 kilos was, or is, very much the top of my range when it comes to doing multiple reps at floor to overhead, although I'll be probably okay in the medley. When it comes to, of course, floor to overhead, and trying to get 4 or 5 reps, I'd got 1 week, I got 5 reps. It was big PB, really, really pleased. The next week I only got 3 because it was really, really hot. And so I did another 2, but separate 2, because your body just goes, nah, too hot. Everything is just working harder. Your blood pressure's up, your heart rate goes up higher. You just feel like you're infiltrated with heat. And you just don't feel like you're going to cool down. Like, I've started sweating now. I probably won't stop sweating until bedtime. Yesterday, in fact, my coach had posted about the fact he was sweating a lot, and I was like, it's been 3 hours since I've been at the gym. And I am still sweating because it's been that warm. Frustrating as it is, as I saw a meme earlier, and it was we're so close to spooky season, and then we get another heat wave announced, and here we are. So that's fun, but we're getting there, and we just get on with it. That's what we have to do. We have to get on with it. Just keep drinking water, take time, still warm up, but remember, you are going to be that extra bit warm, and do what you need to do. Today is overhead day, so we're back to log, push press, and axle strict press. Not anything else. Everything else is just done at the gym, and it's all just accessories, nothing too major. So that's my going to be focus. I am increasing the log push press because obviously last week I think I was at 83, and it was very comfortable. So I want to push it a little bit. Because obviously, as we know, I've got a fairly heavy medley, so I want to push it. So I'm going to go in at 86, I think it will be, and we'll see how that goes. I can get 86 up; it's not an issue, and 6 to 8 I think is doable, and that'd be great because I think we just need to push it on a little bit more. It is a PB in terms of the number of reps in a push press. Anything basically. Well, no, actually, that's not true. It's got to be at least 2, and then that'll be that. And then axle, I'm not going to change because obviously it's still ticking along around the same amount, so I don't want to increase it. My back offset on log, we'll see how the top set goes. I may well leave it at 73, but we'll see because obviously we want to make some progression, and going forwards for the future, this comp is this comp, the next comp, because obviously I've got 2 in quite quick succession. That's all fine, but next year I turn 40. At some point in the year or so after, I'd like to start looking at masters events, but you obviously have to be that little bit stronger. Yes, it is easier than if you're doing, top level strongman against people who are in their 20s and 30s. But it's still not easy. They were still at the Europes doing 140 logs and 300 plus deadlifts and stuff like that. So it still needs a big build in strength, and that's where we're going. And that's what we're doing. So yeah, enjoy. I will be back in a second after I've done log, and then we will finish off with the axle. So yeah, go for it. I didn't do a middle bit because, oh my God, it's so hot. I am literally sweating buckets. You can probably see. Elbow sleeves are literally soaked through, and my knee sleeves and everything. So, yeah, we're not, didn't do a middle bit. So, PB, 86 kilos, so 3 kilos up from last week, 8 rep push press on log. Just mental, absolutely insane, you know? My max log was only 92 and a half. It still technically is. I've never done more than 92 and a half. I did that like 2.5 years ago in a comp. It was literally one of the hardest things I ever did. It got me like 7th place in the comp out of like 15, which was awesome, being my first proper multi-event comp. But now we know my max is more. If I'm doing push press at 86, I'm capable of doing, 90 kilo log for 5 reps, which I've done. We are very much there, and this is awesome. I've got one more thing to do, which is I'm going to do a little practice of barbell, but I'm going to do that at the gym plus my accessories. So I'm going to wrap it up there, but I will add the barbell in as part of this, either before or after, doesn't really matter. Literally just so I can practice what I said, which is going to be belt clean, tummy clean, and then to the top, just to give it a go, but on a very low weight. But that's it. Really, really good session. PB, absolutely smashed it. Now I've got a 3 rep max to do and deadlifts on Thursday. So stay tuned for that one.